you mean you're not ready? Of course you're ready. Who isn't ready? Good afternoon, good evening, hello, and welcome to Car Stereo Talk. We are your hosts. I am Dean. This is Fernando, and we are back from a very long weekend in Indy, where we partook in the Knowledge Fest that was happening there. We had a wonderful time. It was quite crazy.
Yep.
If anybody caught Fernando's post this morning,
oh yeah,
saw the cool lightning storm.
That was really cool.
And you were wondering why it said 32 miles. It's because that's what we walked this weekend.
Yeah.
At Knowledge Fest, back and forth to the hotel, around the venue. 32 miles.
That was awesome.
I feel like I would want to. I didn't even check mine because I feel like it was more, just because I made a few extra trips. But then again, you made a few extra trips, so I'm just gonna call it even, and that we both worked 32 miles.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. You twisted my arm. I'm gonna watch. Thank you, Fang.
Watching?
Thanks for watching.
Aloha.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dave. I watched a movie on the plane, Violent Night or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Hopper from Stranger Things. John
Myers.
No, John Lockham's. That one.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Santa Claus with a sledgehammer. It was really good.
I like that one.
It was definitely interesting. It's summertime day here in Denver. 91. Dude, the last time we were in Denver, it was not 91. It was very, very cold.
Probably was the opposite.
Because we were headed to Vegas.
19.
Yeah, for Knowledge Fest Vegas. Now we'll be going back to Vegas here in the 1st of November.
Vegas.
With Rockford.
The 31st to the 5th.
I don't know why they do that.
I don't either. I don't like it.
No, I know. I'll take care of it next year.
Yeah. Nah. What? Are you going to change the days on SEMA?
No, we're just going to get there a day later.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's fine. But I'm like, whoa, okay.
Andy's Head is awesome. It is awesome.
Yes.
We took it all the way to Indy, and we forgot because it showed up like right before we left, so we just threw it in the backpack, and we forgot to bring some brackets to mount it to a pole. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, all it did was give us TSA problems. So
that was true. Yes,
yeah.
I totally.
Yeah. What's up?
What up, guys?
Do you guys tune epicenters?
Set up the epicenter. That will be yes.
So yeah, I can tell you though. I can tell you from putting in a lot of epicenters. 12 o'clock on the dials is more than likely where you're going to want to be. Okay. From there, I would start there, then figure out what more you're trying to do. Because tuning it, there's really no tuning an epicenter, so to speak. Okay. If you have an RTA, then you can see what it's doing to the music.
Yep.
And that's really about it. But there's no
tune.
There's no like you have to best practices, I should say. There's no really best practices because there's 3 adjustments.
There you go. That's the
you have the
adjust.
You have the frequency. Well, there again, but each one of them changes everything about it. So you have the frequency.
Oh,
meaning do you want it lower or higher?
What up, buddy?
Dougie, fresh. Bro, poor Dougie, man.
What happened?
Well, think about this for a minute. So Doug had a hurt ankle.
Yes.
And a hurt finger.
Yes.
Another story for another day. We'll talk about the ankle. So if we walk 32 miles, Doug stayed at the same place we did.
And he didn't complain at all.
Didn't complain. Well, okay, slow it down, killer. But 32 miles on a bum ankle all weekend. I'm sure, because I don't know if he walked back and forth as many times as we did, but even if he didn't, you're still at 20, 25 miles.
Yes.
On a bum ankle.
Nick also had a broken toe.
Nick Wingate had a broken toe. It's true.
And still, walking back and forth.
Jesus.
Yeah. That was a lot of injured people this weekend.
How How about that audio control? Nah, yeah, they weren't there. They weren't there. Yeah,
They were not there.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's way too many knowledge fests to.
Way too many.
Yeah, way too many.
Getting all sucks. Yeah, exactly. As Dean, because I have no idea what you mean.
Be thankful that time of the year is cooler. Summer's gonna suck. Oh, always, always. All right. So 5th gen Camaro replacing factory amp with Optimate. Optimate battery connection only fits 10 gauge and smaller. Recommendations for kit. Should I use the power from the factory plug instead, like in your video? That's right, we did do that. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, personally, I feel like running a.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, something's important. All right. So personally, I feel like running maybe an 8 gauge might be a better, maybe make it fit technology.
Perfect.
Because the battery is right there in the trunk. Oh, okay. You sent that to us.
That's yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome.
I mean, the reality is you're probably fine hooking it up to that.
That was it.
Yeah.
Competitions.
But I'd still try to run an 8 gauge. But I don't. You're right. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. All right. Now, before we go any further, we made a mistake last week because we went down this whole row of craziness, and the day just the show got away from us. And I want to make sure that doesn't happen on this show because you guys put in the work, and the promise that we try to keep is that we are going to spotlight you as the 12-volt Clean Wire Club pick of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't do it last week, and I felt terrible about it. And kudos to whoever got it. My bad. It happens. But I want to make sure we pull it up this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to jump over to that. And Fernando, do we know who the pick of the week is?
This one was for Austin Sellers.
So Austin Sellers did some CT Sounds amplifiers with some Infinity.
Big crossovers.
They're stacked on top of one another.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
and
stacked them. Those are aluminum, like passive crossovers. Those things are massive.
Terry,
sure.
Yeah,
Terry
shared the work for him, so that was awesome.
All right, that's pretty cool. Good
Very
job.
cool,
Good job. Cool. Now, if you would like to be like, hey man, I do clean wiring, I'm going to put it up every Monday, Sunday night. Fernando scours the page and finds what he feels is the best job of the week. And that job is brought to us by the fine folks at Metra. You can find them at metraonline.com. And of course, T-Spec is one of my favorite distribution blocks. They were the sponsor of Modern Wire Techniques, the class we teach at Jesus. Well, where did we go?
Knowledge Class, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So they are definitely the sponsor for that show.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Yes, no doubt. And also check out the new Tsunami stuff.
Now the Tsunami is only dealer only. Go to the local dealer, see if they are Tsunami dealers, and check it out.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. A little pillow right now would probably be pretty nice. Okay, moving on. I recently purchased a JL audio system for my Wrangler.
Very nice.
I got it installed, but needed help dialing it in and adding JL sub. Is this something you guys can assist me with? I'm in your area, Sarasota. So the real question would be, actually, yes, this is what we do. When you say system and dialing it in is where it comes in. There's certain things that we can do and certain things we can't do just by the limitations of the product that you have installed. So for example, if you got a Jeep Wrangler JL and you kept the factory head unit, and depending on how you integrate it into the factory head unit, let's use the high level to low level adapter instead of an Amp Pro, then and the amplifiers you have don't have DSP, like it's not a VXI, then there's very limited things that we can actually do. because there's nothing to actually tune other than set the gains and the crossovers, which, sure, I can turn 2 dials and get you on your way. But as far as fixing any tonality or anything like that, nothing I can do. It's just, there's no knobs, there's no dials, there's no computer or anything like that. So moving on to the part of the question, help with the DSP tuning amp. I have the 6-channel VXI head unit and a Stinger 10. Okay, so that's more important information to have. So from that case, yes, it's something we do offer. However, we are backed up for a couple months between vacation and leaving and stuff like that. We've created quite a backlog for us. But yes, it is something we can do. The only thing we would ask is that you can email Paul at 5starcarstereo@gmail.com. Spell it all out. It's all text. And also send some pictures of the work that was done, because we won't work on anything that we haven't seen, just because we've had some people bring us some stuff that is less than desirable. And also you have to make sure that your fader actually works, so that it's like all the speakers play left, all the speakers play right, front and rear. Because we can't get in there and do a bunch of rewiring.
All right. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, the air conditioning was cold as shit. I was freezing.
In the show floor.
Oh, it was cold. No, dude. So when I was doing the class, the air conditioner was right above me. Yeah. That's why I had to go get a jacket. Huh. It was terrible. I was.
You're getting old.
I felt like an old man.
Yeah, for sure.
But as far as tuning like a VXI amp, definitely not a problem. We can take care of that for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me turn this on here. You can turn off the comment. If you like. Let me hide this. Okay. Hey, let's say a big thank you to our first commercial host for the night, which is Moscone America.com. We found out a couple cool things. We went to some classes, obviously, at Knowledge Fest, and one of the ones that we went to was Nick telling us all about Moscone and Gladen, which we had a great time. It was very informative. I had a blast. And we found out a bunch of stuff that you can only find out when going to something like this. And, of course, once we find things out like this, we, of course, want to share them with you. One of the things that I thought was extremely interesting is Gladen. And some of you guys may know this because you're fanboys and whatnot, is the last name of the gentleman that started the company. He is Italian. No, he was German. Sorry, he was German. Sorry, my bad. Because Moscone is an Italian company. Now, Gladen is the parent company, and Gladen bought Moscone. But the funny thing of the story is when Mr. Gladen, he is an aerospace engineer, and that's why all their brands are like aerospace. This is kind of probably something easy to figure out. But he was a picky son of a bitch. And that meant that he was listening. He wanted to build a system, and he was listening to other people's stuff and really didn't like any of it and didn't think anyone could play audio to what he was looking for. So he decided to get in and design his own stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that's what brought us to the point to where we have the product today, is that he wanted the best. He wanted it to sound the way he wanted it to sound. So instead of trying to make somebody else's equipment work for him, he made his own equipment. It's kind of a cool story. It's kind of, really neat. We got to hear while we were there a truck, which you guys will get to eventually hear because we did a video on it. But we got to hear a set of the Zero Pro 3-ways. Mm-hmm. This guy right here. Now, you have the Zero Pro and the Zero Pro Active. So this is a 165.3, and this is the Active. Now, even though the picture shows it with a passive crossover, the pictured is the HD-CR. That is sold separately. So you can buy a 3-way set if you're going to run Active, save some money, and not buy the passive crossover. So the Zero Pro, for point of reference, is kind of like their main speaker. What most people are going to buy. They have the Aerospace, which is the flagship audiophile speaker. And they have the Zero Pro, which is like loud in your face. And what most people are looking for in a speaker is the Zero Pro. Hopefully we'll get a set of those to play with real soon, because I'm really looking forward to it. Because after hearing that F-150 tremor,
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed. I really liked it. I love the way it sounded. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you're interested and like to know more about any other products, head over to Moscone-America.com. Thank you so much for playing.
Perfect.
Hey guys, checking in from York, PA. I got a question. I got an answer. Is there a way to add 2019 Chevy factory stereo to a 2014 Chevy that's a different factory stereo fit? Probably not, because they changed software between those 2 years. So, and the other thing too is that General Motors flashes their radios to the car. So it's a serial number or VIN number system. So the harnesses are definitely going to be different. The information that the 2 cars speak is totally different. So the answer is going to be no. It's not going to work.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey, hold on. Let me do this real quick. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? Champion.
I keep trying.
The champion.
One more dB.
Right there.
One more dB.
It's always one more.
Bye from the Barketsu. Justin's in the house. What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Danny checking in. Bobby. What's up? And of course.
Guys.
What's up, Monday? Silicon Valley. All right. Give it to me. Hey, guys. I watched every F-150 and Focal vid install some ISU 165 fronts and immediately took that out. Not a fan at all. Would more Morel or KSS or something else be better in stock? Hi. Okay, so
that's them or that's ours?
That's not ours. It's definitely them. So this is one of those I don't understand your taste kind of things, or I don't know your taste. Focal has a sound signature, as every manufacturer does, and I don't know what it is you're looking for. In an F-150, you have a tweeter in the dash, you have a mid-bass in the bottom of the door. Mm-hmm. It's quite an expanse, so to speak. So if it was too bright or sounded too glassy or something like that, then switching to a Morel, has a bigger silk soft dome tweeter, might be what you're looking for. If that was the problem. Trying to think. Yeah, because you have the Morel components that would go in there. Mm-hmm. And it's a different sound. So yeah, that could be the solution to the problem. I don't know. I don't know what it is you were looking for, but they're 2 totally different animals. Speakers, there. Yeah. If you're like, oh no, it's too much, it's the treble and there's no mid range or something like that. Well, that's just the car. There's nothing you can do about that unless you build some A-pillars. And if you want to build A-pillars, then just go to the guys over at Sounds Good and order a set of A-pillars for your F-150, and then you won't have to build anything. They just build really nice ones. So that's all I got.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I can see that. They are bright. They're really bright. Yeah. Tweeters are too harsh. Yeah, if the tweeters are too harsh, then definitely check out the Morel. Mm-hmm. Just trying to think if there's really, we've put just about every combination of 6x9 and tweeter in there. So, most people like harsh. I'm not a fan. So, I would do the Morels.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you answer the JL audio system?
The Jeep?
The Jeep?
Yeah, we talked all about that. Yeah, we really spent 10 minutes on it, I think. All right, question. What Sony Kenwood or audio control would you recommend for a Kenwood DMX 1057 radio going into 2017 Chevy Traverse non-Bose 6-speaker system? Do you want DSP or not, I think would be the next question I'd have to ask you before I said what amplifier to go with. Are you looking for straight power or DSP? Let me know that, and then I'll give you an answer. Right. Dean, have you heard the Rogue audio? I don't know if we've heard I think those were those speakers that we did that one day.
We did.
They're based out of I know who they are. They're based out of Florida. Talked to a couple of the guys, heard some good demos with their subs. Are scrapping.
Okay.
I've heard of them, yes, but I haven't. We ran into them one day, not last time, but the time before last when we went to Slam Fest.
Mm-hmm.
They were out there. And they
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I think all their amplifiers have Bluetooth in them, maybe something like that. It's really weird. Hello from Washington.
Washington.
I'll be there in a couple days. What size t-shirts do you guys wear? I would like to send you 2 cool tees for thanking you. I'm a large and he is a medium.
Shocking.
I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Remember when we used to do that?
I mean, you don't have to, but thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
for sure.
it.
Thank you. I'm very tired. Remember we used to do that? We used to have people send us to the
Yeah.
cities. Yeah. That was fun.
Do you wear those?
Well, I mean, it was years ago, so I finally, I think, had to cycle them out.
Yeah.
But,
sure.
Ada, hello from Route 70. Ada's driving home right now, still. So, okay. Question 2. Power or DSP doesn't matter. It does matter because if you are going to do, this is a question of what amp should you go with. DSP, if you're going to be doing it yourself, you have to understand DSP. So, unless you're going to be paying somebody else that knows how to do it, in which case, DSP.
I think both. You got to have both.
I mean, yes, in the end, yes, but it all depends on the end. Like I said, if you don't know how to set it up, okay, and you're not going to pay someone to set it up, there's no point in getting it. You have a 1057. There's plenty of adjustments in a 1057 to make the system sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
So,
what is the
So that there again, what is the end goal?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're just looking for straight power, you got 6 channels. A nice 6-channel amp would be wonderful. There's several to choose from. Sony has the new 6-channel. Audio Control has a rather large 6-channel.
Mm-hmm. No, it's plenty for sure.
Personally, I would look at something with a DSP in it.
Yeah.
Now, DSP wise,
like the Moscone 430 or the A30.
I was thinking the 6. I was thinking the 6 to 10.
Yeah.
Because it's a 6-channel
for sure.
It's a 6-channel and it has 4 preamp outputs.
Yeah.
So you have a Moscone 6 to 10, which is really nice. And then if you want, like I always like to give 2, so you have the Helix M6, M6, I think it is. And then you have the D61200. The difference between all of those is the D61200 is a 6-channel, has 1 output. The other 2 are going to have 4 outputs. So it really just depends on what you're trying to do. But Tina's in extra mellow mode today. Dude, it honestly, like right before the show came on, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, I was like, crap.
Dude, I mean, you've been running like all day, down, and then it's just finally down, and it's like.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, so the show got over yesterday, 2 or 3.
What? Yeah.
And we all walked back to the hotel. So
dude, I was about to like fall asleep in the chair.
I did fall asleep. So we all walked back to the hotel. So it was myself, Fernando, Brian Mitchell, of course, Sage, Nick Wingate, Nalika.
Sage,
the rep from the area was with us.
Mm-hmm.
Sage had his son, and we all walked back and just kind of sat down in the middle of the hotel. And we had to leave at like 7:00, so we all just kind of hung out. And then Nalika goes, "I need coffee."
That was good.
You went over and drank 3 cups of coffee.
I drank 4
with nachos.
Yes,
we had nachos. You guys didn't eat the nachos. Tell you what,
they were not that great.
No, they weren't that great. But I was hungry because I hadn't eaten all week.
Yeah,
but
that was not good.
The Bang Bang shrimp were good.
They were not that good.
I like the Bang Bang shrimp.
The shrimp was like Slammy. It was
Oh no,
weird.
ours wasn't. Ours was perfect.
Oh really?
The broccoli, the fake, or that sorry, the
cauliflower. That was great.
That was disgusting.
That was awesome.
That was
I really
so
liked
gross.
that one.
And so then
And
we went back over, sat in the chair,
6 cups of
and
coffee.
Nalika fell back asleep. So
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
I was asleep in 30 seconds yesterday. Yeah. So we filmed the video with Ada right
You fell
before the
asleep?
show. No, we didn't fall asleep
In
in
the
the video.
interview?
But no, there. So JBL was getting. He pulled his car out,
Yeah.
and he literally just pulled his car, went to the hotel, and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, why not?
that would have been nice.
Yeah.
All
right.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yes.
This is you.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Recently installed a 4-channel Alpine amp to power my Polk. Everything sounds good except there's a slight hiss at low volumes. Factory radio using amp bypass harness. It's called floor noise.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you use a factory radio, the opportunity to get floor noise really high. One of the things you have to keep in mind when integrating into a factory radio is we can apply all the coolest things in the world to them, man. Like we can do T harnesses, we get really high-end, high-level to low adapters. We can put DSPs on them, but at the end of the day, there's still a factory radio.
Yeah.
And that factory radio had one intended purpose, which was to play some cheap factory speakers. And so the amplifier inside of it is only designed so well. And we can't get around that. Even if it had a factory amplifier, even if you do an Amp Pro, it doesn't really matter. The signal sucks. And then you're going to take this signal and whatever the measure, whatever math they had to, whatever numbers they had, whatever their signal to noise ratio it is, whatever their power output is, whatever their floor noise is, this goes away when radio is turned off. Of course it does.
Yes. Because
you're losing the signal and the amplifier shutting down. But it's a product of a couple things. Most of the time, it's because you're integrated into a factory stereo. And you've taken that factory stereo's floor noise, and by adding an amplifier to it, you're amplifying it. Mm-hmm. So the little hiss it had at the 15 watts on those inefficient speakers, you're never going to hear. But once you multiply that times 5, a multiplying factor of 5, all the noise gets multiplied by 5. So if you had a floor noise like this, now it's like that. The other problem is that if you have the gain turned up too high now you're inducing floor noise on top of floor noise. So, a lot of the times when you're doing a factory system, you want integrating like that. You want a little bit bigger amplifier so you can turn your gains down lower so you can reduce the risk for noise. So I guess the question I would ask is, how high do you have up your gains? And you don't actually have to answer it, but that would be where I would start, is turning them down. With the factory radio, you should be able to turn it up to 2/3 volume, and that's where it taps out. If you're getting it up there any faster, your gains are too high.
Oh, that's awesome.
No. Actually, no.
No, we have the door closed all day.
Yeah. We're just, man. It's just, so our flight got delayed, both coming and going. Oh, shocker there. But we got home last night at midnight.
At midnight.
And of course, we got up at really.
But we're so excited that we're not going to be home at midnight.
Yeah, I know. That totally screwed ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Back to what amp should I get? I can't do DSP. I don't know enough about it. I think the Kenwood XR 901.5 is my best bet. Keep in mind, the XR 901.5 is only 5-channel amplifier. Okay, so, which is still cool if you're going to do front rear sub. So if you're not planning on doing active, the XR 901.5 is pretty badass little amplifier to go with, for sure. We sell a ton of them.
You say, I forgot to mention, I have a 6.5 coaxials in the front and rears door tweeters in the pillar, adding a sub later.
Yeah, go with the 901.5. You'll love it. Christian, all the way to the right.
All the way.
That's a reference to right column shopping.
Fire us.
Yeah. They had to pick us up. They were dude. It was so funny last night when they came to pick us up, and remember we were standing there watching them pick up, and you just see both of the looks on their faces as they're driving up, and they just look so like. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good ride home. But yeah, that was pretty.
It's funny. I went home, take a shower, and I can't fall asleep. That's what I was like doing, the clean wire thing, and then post the pictures and everything. That was like 2 a.m. when I finally fell asleep.
I had no problem falling asleep. I actually fell asleep trying to
take a shower,
go to sleep. Oh yeah, totally. I dropped my phone. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Would you find it difficult to tune a multi-amp active system if all the amps have their own built-in DSP? Yes.
I mean, it's definitely
it's
hard.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
that's the reason why they made
big
like
DSPs,
big DSPs,
12
like
channels.
12 channels. 14 channels now.
So, a couple things. The Q class amplifiers, when those were a thing from Kicker, all the amplifiers had the DSPs built into them, and what you do is you'd connect them through a USB busing strip, and you could toggle through each one of the amplifiers. So you'd work on one, toggle over the other one. The JL-VXI amplifiers basically work the same way. You buy their bridge, and that allows you to connect everything, and then you toggle through the amplifiers as you're adjusting them. It's not fun. It is not fun at all. McNulty, who works at Electromedia, before when he had his stereo shop, he put something like 4. Was it like 4?
It was more than
more than 4?
Yeah.
It was quite a few of the
Forzas.
Forzas, which is an 8-channel amplifier, in one car. And he ended up with I think he used like 3 or 4 laptops.
At the same time, yeah. I mean, hey, why not?
Okay. So, yes, it would suck. It's basically, I'm sick, bro. I have an excuse. Okay, rule number 1, you're never sick. That's it. You never admit that you're sick. That's it. You just never admit that you're sick.
I'm sick.
Maybe in the head, but no, you never admit that you're sick.
I'm sick, yes.
Not a chance. Good question. Has the Kia 240 been discontinued? No, it hasn't. Okay, so the reason why it's not available
navigating right now
is quite simple. A couple years back, maybe a year ago, there was a global pandemic that happened. I believe it was called COVID. I could be wrong. It's been a while. We've all kind of forgot about it here in the United States, especially specifically in Florida, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, because of that, companies changed quite drastically. There was a couple fires. There were a couple companies that went out of business. Some things burned to the ground. But either way, there was a worldwide chip shortage. But products still had to be made. Some of you might recall there was lots and lots and lots, and that's not like lots of tots. Lots, actually, where you park cars. Lots full of vehicles that were waiting on chips so they could actually finish the cars. That's still a problem. We still can't produce enough chips globally in order to make everybody happy. So right now, Kicker Keys 200.4 is one of the things that is being made to suffer. They are expected to get a micro shipment sometime here, maybe next month or whatever. But the brunt of the litter, as they say, will not be available until November. Nobody's happy about it. Nobody is happy about it.
And they're not even happy to.
It's about time you admit it.
What?
That's okay. First of all, thank you for all you do for us. No problem. The information and time you spend with us is priceless.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really enjoy doing it.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm always ready. Let's rock and roll, baby.
I'm not.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fall asleep.
Power-based, dual ohm 6x9 2020 Dodge Charger with Alpine Factory. Thoughts? No.
Okay.
That's just a no. That's a no.
It's a power
It's
base.
a no. Okay, we did a video with this and a RAM not too long ago, and these are factory replacement speakers, not factory upgrade speakers. These are made for, oh crap, my stuff died and I want to replace it with something. Not, oh man, I should do this because it's going to sound better. No. Don't do that. We ended up taking them out and putting just a set of 6903 mid bass in there from Kenwood. Yeah, so don't. It's not what they're made for. It's not that they're bad. They work great in what they were made for. They aren't made for this. Not good. However, have you heard of audio control? Some of you have. And since we're just talking about speakers, audio control will shortly be shipping speakers. One of the speakers I'm most excited about is this guy right here. This is the P&W 135. Now you might be saying, what's that?
Just 35.
Did I say 135?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That'd be a 5 1/4. This is a 35. Now, as it scrolls through the screen here, there's a couple of things to note. Like these brackets here, these are made like this so they can be trimmed for different applications. Shallow, tweeters mounted in the center, point source. Okay. So all of this is just a 3.5, right? It's just a 3.5. What could we possibly? Oh wow, it's $140 3.5. But we don't talk about prices here. We talk about cool things like specifications. Now, when we were discussing with them some of the projects that they need to come out with, and they were asking us things that, well, where do you guys see problems here and there? It's funny you should bring up the Alpine system, because one of the things that makes the Alpine system very annoying and kind of a bummer is that that speaker in the dash of those Dodges is a 2-ohm 3.5 that has no tweeter. So you get this car and it's just not exciting. This 3.5 is a 1.75 ohm 3.5. That's right. It's a factory. It's a replacement for all the Dodges, so that you can then take out that crappy 3.5, drop this right into that factory system with that factory Alpine amp or the Bang & Olufsen or Beats by Dre or whatever those things have, be sounding better immediately. How cool is that? That should be shipping here in the next month or so. Can't wait. Can't wait. You can check these and more products out at audiocontrol.com. Thank you for being a sponsor. Moving on. It says $139. Guys, Access, DSP, started acting up. Wonderful. So I told my customer not to crank it up too high because it's sending distortion. He said, okay, I won't do that again. Problem solved.
I was thinking another problem.
Well, so all of these things have some form of, limiter.
Yeah.
Like it can only handle so much.
Yep.
With the Access DSP, you do have to remember to, when you're setting it up, go through the actual setup,
Yep.
which I'm sure El Fernandez did. But sometimes that can be the problem, is that if you don't set it up properly. But there is also a gain control inside of it, so you can go ahead and turn it down some.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, kind of like what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about you're dealing with the factory radio. There are going to be some limitations.
For sure.
And it is a universal brain, so it has to fit everything. What's up, Josh?
What's up, man?
The compressor is the issue. That was the other thing I was thinking, as Ada said, the compressor. There's a compressor circuit in it.
No, I turn it off.
Huh?
I turn it off.
Shut up. Shut up. There's a compressor circuit in there that also might need to be adjusted. You could turn it down all the way. It will never turn off, even though they say it's off. It's just supposedly down so low that you don't hear it. But yeah, can't turn it off. No,
I did. I just did this.
No, you can't. You can't turn it off. But you may want to try adjusting the compressor all the way down to its lowest setting. That could be the issue. Because they used to say off in the software, and I called them back and said, you guys are lying. You're lying like a rug.
Wow.
Any updates on the audio control beta DSP software? I hope to start mine up this week. Have heard a lot of crashes. So we had a release last week, I think, we had the almost ready release. And it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of new features in it that I'm super excited about. There was that release, and then I think there was 2 more. Like the release we got was already 2 generations back, but we found a problem in that one that they didn't know they had, so they fixed it that day, which was kind of cool. But I don't know. They keep saying any day now. Really, is what it comes down to. And for me personally, I would rather have something that has been vetted thoroughly before they release it. To me, that's the most important thing. So I haven't been using beta. I've been using developer, which is like not supposed to get out. I'm special. But any day now, man. Any day. For sure. Okay. Hey, guys. Thanks for all the videos and insight. Quick question. 18 Expedition. Power and ground. Is it best to run both through the battery, or is there a good ground point in the back? Plan on doing 0 gauge. Isn't the Expedition aluminum? I feel like the Expedition is aluminum. If it's aluminum, go to the battery. Do yourself a favor. Especially not in the back of an Expedition. Even on, like, so far away from the battery. God only knows what the ground plane is. Like GM, Tahoes, Cadillac Escalade, stuff like that. Those big, long vehicles. We run a ground up to the front, even in those, because on the newer ones, with all the welding done by plastic, you have issues. So I would just go to the battery. Treat it like a boat, man. Treat it like a boat.
There's a new one.
There's a new beta I have for you, Dean. Well, there you go. So as Jeff said, there's new beta. So there again, we're assuming any day now. And trust me, we would much rather have a working piece than one where everyone's going to bitch at us about it. So yes, I did adjust the amp and the DSP and set gain, set delays. It works good. I think nice center image, but the customer wants to have it cranked to the max.
Well,
don't they all?
No.
But no, there is a compressor in it, and it's on a whole different page. So, I mean, if you turn it down, you can live with it. Leave him alone. Let him do his thing. Tell him to buy more power. Old school product question. Whatever happened to Eclipse? They used to set some sweet head units. All right. So, Jeff might be able to chime in on this, but the long and short of it is they were doomed from the start. Eclipse made some amazing products and people loved them. Eclipse is a company you may have heard of called Fujitsu. At the time, it was Fujitsu 10. You've probably seen some Fujitsu stuff still out there. They still make cash registers and cool stuff like that. But there's been a lot of micro crashes of our economy over the years. And, well, they didn't survive them all. So at some point, because originally Fujitsu couldn't sell anything here under Fujitsu name. People just wouldn't buy a Fujitsu radio. They came with Eclipse. It's magical at that point. It was like, oh my God, look at this most amazing stuff. It's so cool. But yeah, they just didn't make it. And it's still around. The company still exists. It's just Eclipse didn't make it. Anybody remember the old school Singleton Rockford Fosgate head units made by Delphi? Had one that had a SD card. Yeah, CD changer. Those were made by Delphi. Rockford wanted to get in the head unit business for a minute. Didn't always sound like the best idea. So I think we had one over there for a long time, just sitting on the floor. Like Paul just had it sitting on the floor for no reason. You know, he just sets shit down and it lives there for like the rest of your life. Jeff, did you finish off the post Raisin Bran? That's nice. Audio control D61200. That means DSP. With the ACR3 knob. In the DSP software, I have levels set on to change the subwoofer output to my second ACM 1.300. Can't get it to adjust the level. Blue light is on in the ACR3. Let's see what you're talking about there. So he's trying to use it to control that output. That's a good question. Because you're on the output channel and you've gone down to the and turned that on. That's pretty interesting. In my world, I would have never done it this way. I don't like the ACR3 knob because it pushes and it doesn't stop. The knob works great, but it should work fine with if you're there. 2 boxes left. There you go. He's got 2 boxes of cereal left, guys.
Start sending more.
No, don't start sending more. I personally, when I do this scenario, I use the ACR2 and go into the sub amp to control it, just because I like a stop start. It's a personal preference. But no, that should work fine. Hold on. Go ahead. I don't have the audio control software as of right now. I don't. DSP. All right, I do have a version of it. Hang on. Let's pull it up. Let's see what we got. I don't know what. Oh, this is a. Okay, please wait while Bluetooth devices are scanned. This is a released version. What amp did he have?
1200.
61200?
Mm-hmm. One more.
Yep, there it is. Let's see if this will work. Oh, yes. Output view. All right, so hold on. I feel like I'm walking on glass. All right, hold on. Let me slip over here. So basically, it's pretty straightforward. You select this guy here. You select what is going to feed it. Make sure these guys are off. So make sure, whatever sub channel here. So 5 and 6 is feeding it. Make sure that is the only thing that is highlighted here. Come down over to level control. Select mono if you like. And that's it. That should be all you have to do to use the ACR3 to control that. Yeah. So if you've done that, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yep. Sorry. Go ahead. Read that question for me.
Okay. The Alpine 6x9 is blown. Power base. Okay, so
power base no one's used. No, it's 2 ohms.
I know it's 2 ohms. What can I use?
Kenwood. Kenwood's pretty efficient. Like, we've used the Kenwood before in that scenario. Man. Well, if you're going to keep okay. This is just one of those things where it's like, if you're just going to be using the factory amplifier and it's just the one that is blown, if you're never going to be doing anything else, just go buy the factory speaker. I mean, I know we constantly want to change things out and all this other stuff, but if the goal is to just, hold on, save it to preset. Oh, yeah. Oh, so the last thing, yes, make sure before you exit, you save it to the preset. So press and hold to save it. Yes, make sure you do that. No, that's not why it's here. Anyways, if it's the one speaker that's bad, I would still go back to the dealer and just buy that. Like, if you're not going to upgrade the stereo, if all you're just trying to do is keep it from blowing and whatnot, just go buy a factory speaker. It will work better. Anything else you're going to do is just going to be a patch, and you're going to spend, a couple $100 to get something that isn't made to go in there. Now, if you're planning on replacing everything, that's a whole different animal. That I would say, oh no, look at the Kenwood for sure. But if the goal is to just get it from rattling, we tell people all the time to go buy the factory speaker. If you got one bad speaker, go buy one speaker. That's it. I mean, it's definitely worth it. Can you tune each individual channel? Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. So hold on. All right. So let's go back to the software for a second. Since we're on audio control, let's play fun with audio control. Hold on. Let me pull this back up.
What up, Bobby?
Let me answer a question while this is waiting to go up. Maybe the ACR3 has gone bad, Christian says. that is a very good possibility for sure. It is a phone cable, and we have had, sometimes the cable goes bad, sometimes the end goes bad. It's a possibility for sure. All right, let's go back to the 61200 because that's what we were talking about. All right, I'm going to switch it over to this guy right here. All right, so you have your input right here, input. So you got front, rear, sub. Let's go to output. Right now, out of the box, this is set up for tweeter. So we'll leave it set up for tweeter. Hold on, let's just do this. We'll leave it set up for tweeter. So we have channels 1 and 2. They are going to be fed by front, which is right here. We make sure that is set up to 1. And then we scroll up a little bit. See, right now, this just shows 1 channel. So I'm going to come down here just a hair. And right here where it says RTA EQ, it says 1, 1, 2, and 2. I'm going to select channel 1. We'll go back up here to the top. And now you see a totally different looking system. So now you have a left and a right. And if let's say I mute 1, the tweeter, and I come down to here, and I would select channel 2, which is located right there. Now I can tune just channel 2. Let's say we'll do a little bit of goofiness here, and we'll do that. All right, so that's channel 2. And now if I come back over here, unmute it, mute channel 2, come back down, and I'll switch to channel 1. There you go, channel 1, channel 2. So anytime you select this separation here, so if you go over to 3 and 4, it's going to look the same. As soon as you select 3, you notice it went to that. Watch right here on these 2 lines. We'll put it back to here. And a warning comes up. What would you like to do? Because you can't put them back together and keep them separate, meaning they're not going to average each other or do anything like that. So you'll click yes, and you'll see it goes back to the solid blue line. So this is how you make it so that you can adjust each channel individually. So in this case, yeah, you can. And that has been fun with Audio Controls DSP. Okay, go ahead. How often do you come across only 1 channel on a newer Audison amp? Wait. Took a road trip and out of nowhere, channel 2, no matter what speaker I try, isn't working. It's funny. And I'm not meaning funny what you have going on. I have no idea what is causing that. No, typically we do not run into that at all. Could it happen? Of course it could happen. An RTA of some kind or a voltmeter would allow you to see if the signal coming into it has died. Because that could be what's going on. Or something changed in the DSP. I had an interesting thing happen to me the other day when I was tuning an 830. And we were just tuning it and we lost channel 1. That just disappeared. And different scenario because we were actually tuning the car as opposed to all of a sudden it just stopped working. But I actually put a bandpass on the tweeter channel, which muted the sound because the crossover is out of the hearing range. So it totally screwed up my day, but we figured it out. But there again, back to your problem. It could be the speaker. It could be the channel. I would recommend giving them a call. Talk to McNulty. He'll probably be the one that answers the phone. You're going to need to plug it into the laptop, of course, as you know. And I don't know, see if he can walk you through some troubleshooting techniques to maybe get it back or set you up for an RA to get it back and get it replaced or returned or repaired, however they do it. 2023 Acura Integra. Yep, A-Spec with technology package. It has high-end ELS stereo. Can I keep all the speakers stock and upgrade the subwoofer only with monoblock amp and subwoofer? Yes. Yes, you can. The one thing you will have to do is bypass the ANC module that's going to be located somewhere in the car. Go to one of the forum pages where they have all the guys that work on these things and find out where that's at. It's either behind the glove box or behind the radio or above the radio. remove the ANC because that is the fake engine noise. It's actually noise canceling that happens inside of the cab. And if you don't unplug the module, what's going to happen is when you put the subwoofer in, shit's going to get really funky on you. And it's just, and it'll scare you and make you wet your pants just a little bit. So make sure you disconnect that. But otherwise, yeah, you can just add a subwoofer. No big deal. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Ada's chiming in for that one. Let me do this. ANC is behind the glove box. There you go. So that one, it is behind the glove box. There you go. Sorry. Go ahead and pull that back up. Do you think the older head units of, let's say, the 2000s had better sound quality versus what is out today? No. Not at all. Not at all. Were they better built? No. Maybe. Yes. But, okay, so this is one of those hard things. Like, we've obviously taken out older radios. And 2000 really wasn't that long. It was 20 years ago, okay? Like, if you pick up a double DIN from the early 2000s, it's going to weigh like 10 pounds. Feels like 10 pounds.
What's that telling me?
Okay. And that's because there was a lot of moving parts. There was more metal in it. There was bigger things. But technology changes, right? Things get better. And when things get better, they get smaller. I mean, look at the iPhone. Just take your phone, for example. Whether it's an iPhone or an Android phone, who cares? I mean, in 2000, what did we have? Like, I was throwing away some 3G iPhones the other day that I found in my garage. And Haley was like, oh, my God, like, this is what we called high-end back then. And it wasn't. So technology changes. It evolves. It gets better. I would put a 1057, a Sony, the GS9.
The GS9.
The
9000.
The 9000. Yeah. All those up against any of those older radios and just let them walk all over them.
100%.
Because they sound, the components that are in them are so much better than what we had access to. Now, is some of it crap? Oh, yeah. Because the opposite is true also. Because we can make higher end products smaller, better, faster, cleaner, cooler. We can also make cheaper products the same way.
So it's funny. We are sitting at the bar, and it's Nick, and it's Brian's, and I'm in the middle, and they talking about
doing great today, Elias.
The old equipment.
Yeah.
And then they want to put old equipment and then these new cars and trying to compete and everything. And Brian is like, I would never do that.
I would never do that either. It just sounds stupid.
Same Link is like, no, like we have
better
product, better built product, better technology now than what we had before.
So Nick and I were talking about Macintosh. So the MC420 is over there on the wall there. And we were talking about that because we were also talking about this, which is the 830 or even the 610. It really doesn't matter. And
I love that one. That was exactly what I'm thinking.
Wow.
You're doing great, buddy.
You're doing great today. Yeah. But anyways, it was funny because, Nick was one of the guys that helped work on the development of the Macintosh, because they reached out. So I immediately said to him, I said, so it was your fault that the amp blew up then? He's like, shut up. But no, technology is so much better now. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We all like nostalgia. I love nostalgia. That's why I have a beast on the wall from Orion over there. Because it looked cool. It was fun. It was neat. I don't want to ever put that in my car. Ugh, God. And there again, Jeff wants to build a retro car. And why not?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Time capsules are cool. But they're time capsules. I want the new shit. I want the new hotness.
Yeah.
Not the old and busted.
No, not at all.
Go home and get some sleep. I'd love to, man.
I'm going to.
But before we can do that, hold on. Let's do this. Let's both do this.
What are we doing?
Do this.
Okay.
Because we're. Okay, cool. I just need to get a clip for the title. Anyways, hey guys. One of the things we got to do this weekend was talk to a bunch of guys about tools because we teach a class at Knowledge Fest. Wake up. And the class that we teach is modern wire techniques right here. And this is DNF tool drawer. And what we did is we kind of compiled a list of some of our favorite tools that we use in the install bay. Our wire ruler, of course, is one of them. The red Magic Super Bubble, double-sided tape. This stuff here is acrylic tape. these pouches, four gauge ferrule crimpers. Say that fast. 0 gauge ferrule crimpers. The ultra short screwdrivers. The IRTA2. It's pretty awesome.
Buy
and
that
this,
one.
yeah, that's everyone should have one of those. And there again, it's the tool that everyone should have because it makes their life easy. And you can see the audio on your iPad, as well as these cool little Allen wrench screwdrivers. Now, all of these tools have one thing in common. These are some of our favorite tools. These are things that we use every day in the install bay. So when you're sitting there and you're going, hey, man, I wish I had a new cool tool just so I could feel special about myself. That'd be a great place to start. They're all super affordable tools. Nothing on there is really expensive. But you can find them all in DNF Tool Drawer. Click on the link in the bottom, Clean Wire Techniques class.
Listen, 4th of July is coming. You should ask for an IRTA2 just because it's 4th of July. Why not?
Maybe I should put a coupon code up.
4th of July, yes.
4th of July?
Yeah.
I might do that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because we never did the, like the 200 giveaway that we were going to do.
I mean,
we were going to do a big coupon code. Yeah, we'll have to do it when we hit 300. Maybe we'll do it at 250. Anyways, yeah, you know what? I might put up a coupon code.
Yeah, 4th of July. Yeah, for sure.
Dean's been doing so long. His eyes are presets in 3. Yeah. Actually, they are. That's a whole nother conversation we don't have. So definitely head over to DNF Tool Drawer, pick up something cool for yourself to use. Update that toolbox. And then, of course, if you want to get a cool piece of swag, get your I Know Jeff Smith, your Brian breaking it off at 11, or even do your Zip Tie Bro. You can check those out at dnfswag.com. That's dnfswag.com. And hey, guys, this is it. This is the final show for the next couple of weeks. We're going to close for vacation. The shop shuts down so that we can all take a couple days off and recharge our batteries and, just kind of reflect a little bit on why we do this for ourselves.
Why do we torture ourselves?
Why do we torture ourselves? So this is it. Now, for those of you going, oh, crap, that means we're not going to have videos to watch for the next couple of weeks. No, wrong. I've uploaded a ton of videos for you guys to watch.
Oh, my gosh.
So there will be content while we're gone for you to enjoy. I think there's 3 or 4 videos throughout each week that we're gone. So, and we'll be gone for like 2 weeks. So there's plenty of stuff up for you to watch. Don't worry about it. We're not going to leave you guys stranded because that would just suck. And we don't want to torture you like that.
That's right.
So,
and don't forget to, just chime in and 5 minutes with 5-star. And
there's our boy, Signature of Heaven.
That's right. He did.
Working out his Tech Flex.
Right now. Look at the picture.
He's doing some Tech Flex. Yeah. He was. You know what it was? When I was watching him, he was doing it left-handed. He was doing it backwards.
Oh.
So he was using his right hand and
he
trying
was
to
doing
put
this, huh?
Yeah. He was doing not that.
Not that backwards. No.
Not that backwards.
Okay.
You know how you use your right hand, your left hand, and
no, it doesn't matter, man.
It does. It totally matters.
You cannot do it with your left hand.
I can totally do it. No, I can totally do it with either hand. But the thing is, it's if you're right-handed, it's easier to hold it with your left and apply with your right.
Sure.
Trust me. Either way,
I trust you.
It was great meeting you. Thank you for coming out to my class on Sunday.
That was awesome, man.
So, did he tell you what it's all about? So their church or their organization uses 12 volt to help bring the whole thing together.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it.
Enjoyed your vacation. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was great meeting you.
Anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great next couple weeks. I'm gonna miss you. Boring life.
5 minutes, 5-star tomorrow.
We're gonna film it, but whether or not I'll ever get around to it.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Your social media class was banging. It's currently trending. I went to their sales class, and I had a great time. I mean, Elias said all of 10 words.
Really? Because you told me the opposite.
You're so full of shit. I did not, man. I literally came and was like, dude, you're not gonna believe what they talked about. It was so cool. Man, it was neat. And then we role played a little bit. It was fun. All right, we got to go. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next time. Be good. Be safe. Don't worry, we'll post when we're back, so you know when to start watching again.
That's right.
You guys go out. It was all Dan. Nah, I don't think so. I think it was all Jay. I think it was all Jay with a little bit of Dan. You guys
There you
have a
go,
great
guys.
night. Just a little bit, just a tip. All right. See ya.
Bye.